Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this tutorial we are going to be looking at the game of Thimbles. We are going to be creating it with JavaScript, CSS and HTML. Okay, so first of all, you create a folder for your project. So I created my own desktop, and you create another folder in it for your images. So I'm going to place a link in the description for you to download the images for this project. So we are going to use VS Code for this project. So so you open folder, you select the folder you just created, and you click on select folder. So now it's in your Explorer. We are going to create our HTML file, our CSS file, style.css, and our JavaScript file. So now we are going to lay the foundation in HTML. So we will link our CSS and our JavaScript. Okay, so I usually do this. I hope you guys know why. It's because any code that's below your JavaScript link wouldn't be affected by your JavaScript code. So we are going to create the section which will have this background, and we are going to create a div which I'll name game container, which will have the table as the background, and we will create another div which is going to contain the Thimbles. We will create the title, and we'll create another div for the play button. So we are going to assign IDs to these buttons so we can distinguish between the symbols. So the first one is going to be let's say symbol 1. Okay, symbol 2 and symbol 3. Okay, because we are going to choose at random, and when you choose at random it starts picking from 0. I would like us to start from 0. So 0, 1, 2. yes, you understand along the way. So now we've created these. Our title is going to be h3. So h3 symbols. Okay, now we create another div for the ball. So div dot wait, because along the line we are going to let the game itself assign classes to the ball so it can pick the various positions. We are going to make it an ID instead. So okay, so now we can just make the value of the class empty. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now we are going to create another div for the button and its container. So div dot okay. So we are going to assign an ID to it and name it maybe the same thing, play button. Okay, because I prefer using get elements by ID instead of get elements by class name in JavaScript. You understand along the way. So now I think we've created all we need to create. Yes, I think so. So now we'll jump into the styling. So first of all, we start the body, the display grid, because grid makes the job a lot easier since it's in columns and rows. Yes, we don't need floats and all those kind of stuff. So the height, set it to 100 viewpoint height. Okay, margin 0, and place items center. Okay, so now we are headed to the section which is game section. So it's advisable to be copying and pasting so you do not make a mistake, since CSS, HTML, JavaScript are all case sensitive. So yeah, so game section, you make the height let's say 100 viewpoint height, display flex, and the background. Okay, background is yes. So if you do not have live server, you go to extensions, you search for live server. This is what you are looking for by Retweak Day, and you install it. I already have it installed. So after you install it, I want us to set the default browser to Chrome. So how to do this is you go to settings, you type live server, and this is what you are looking for, advanced custom browser command line. So you edit in settings and you change this to Chrome. I think the default is Internet Explorer or Firefox. You change this to Chrome and that is it. So now whenever you save a code, it updates it in real time instead of you refreshing every time. So now I want us to check out how we are doing so far. Okay, it's looking good. It's looking good. Okay, all right. So let's center the items. So let's see. Okay, let's align items center. Let's see. Still, okay. So now you set the minimum height to, let's say, let's say 50 all right, and font size, since we are using the font size 16 pixels. Yeah, I think. And the weight, I always make it 100%. So yeah. So I think we are doing well so far. Yes, we are doing well. So let's jump on to the next, which is the title, the Thimbles title. So we are going to style H3. So H3, font size 15 Let's see how 15 looks. It's not styled. I've been facing this problem with this user agent style sheet for a while now. Let me just Google it. Okay, so Ajenkwan. Hey. Okay, bottom right. I think I'll just use A for now and probably give it an ID title. if you are not facing that challenge, good for you. You can still use the H3. So lecture so I was doing it wrongly, so now just decrease the font size to you can just decrease it here. I do not know why it's giving me that. Wow. Okay, so let me just decrease it in the code. So maybe 13, the color white. Okay. I think this is fine. So I think we are done with the title. So now we are moving towards the game container. Okay. Game container, the height, let's just use 20 em for now, and width 40 em. Okay, and the background for this is the table. So URL images table. Okay, let's see how it's looking. Okay, so we have to size the background. So background size. Okay, I think I'll use contain, because I don't want it to cut any part of the table. Okay, so it's repeating, so just have to type no repeat here. Okay, center. Okay, but the size is small, so we'll increase these to maybe 30 and 60. Okay, all right, this looks good. We are going on to the Thimbles. Okay, so the symbol has a background. Yes, so URL images symbol. Okay, so contain. Okay, the height, let's just make it maybe 5 here, and width maybe 4 em. Okay, and position. So yes. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I think I want relative. Let's see. Oh, problem. Absolute. Yes. the game container, let's just leave it like that. Okay, this is okay. So it has a border, so border none. It's repeating as well. And it looks small, so let's increase this to, let's see. Yes, this looks good. Let's increase it a little bit, so 9.5 and 10.5. Okay. A little more, so 11 and 10. Yeah, I think this is okay. So see the positioning, I want it to come down a little bit, so the top, let's try 5 em. Okay, so let's just increase it here. So the Thimble top, increase it. I think 23 is okay. So okay, so now since it will be transitioning, we have to state the transition. All transitions should take 0.2 seconds, is in and out. Okay, and see font size, since we are using em for the height and width, it should inherit. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, I think this is good, but the top has to come back a little, so I think 18 is all right. So 18. Okay, it's looking good. So okay, we have to add will change, so the browser will expect the changes. So transform top left. Okay, so I think that is all for the Thimble. Now we are going to work with, I have to style these individually so they can be separated, because now they are all in the same position. So let's just add this id to the same name as a class. So symbol 0, symbol 1, symbol 2. Okay, so now we can style them individually. So left, let's make it 1 a.m. for now. So as you can see, the middle is a bit forward, so we have to add top for it to come down a little bit. So the symbol one has left and top. Okay, so now symbol 2, which is the last symbol, has only left. Okay, let me make it right so you can see the difference. So now they are separated. So first, let's select the third one and position it rightly here. So I think this is okay. We position the middle one also, so the top has to come down. Okay, now so now the top has to come down a little. Okay, this is okay. So now we position the first one also. So how to do is you just click and drag. That's all. Okay, so now we just take the values. The first one is 13 a.m. Don't save. Let's get all before we save. So the second one is 28 left, 21 top. Okay, so 28 left and 21 top. And that symbol 2, that's the third one, is 43. So 43 left. Okay, so now you can save. Now we have wait. Oh, the left, I got the left wrongly. It was 28, I believe. Yes, it was 28. So now it's it's not looking good. So I think it's from the game container, I think. So let's just see how we can solve that. Let's just make the position absolute. Okay, and add a little top to it. Let's see. Okay, so it's looking good. So now we have to add a little more top to the game container and decrease the top of the Thimbles. So the game container top 17 a.m. okay, and the Thimbles, the top, we decrease it a little bit to I think 3 a.m. is okay. The middle one, the top should be 6 a.m. okay. So 6 a.m. The Thimble, the top should be 3 a.m. Okay. So now we have to decrease the lefts of each of these. So let's just decrease all by 2 and see. Okay, let's just decrease by 1 and see how it goes. Okay, I think one more will do. 39, 24, 10. Okay, this is perfect. So now we have our Thimble, but we have to make it go down a little bit. Yes, so game container, the top should come down a little bit, so maybe 11 a.m. and 7 a.m. Okay. It has to go up a little bit, so make it 6.5. Okay. So yes, this is looking good. So now on to the next, which is the button container, I believe. Yes, the ball, we are going to work on it, or okay, we can work on it now. So we are going to create 3 classes for the ball, which is 3 positions, and the positions have to be under each Thimble. So let's just create a class and name it Thimble ball position 0 for the first Thimble's position. Okay, so let's just copy this. No, wait, let's just fill it first and copy it. So the background is going to be the ball. Yes, no repeats. Center, background size, contain. Okay, the position relative. So now I have to set the since the ball is going to be behind the Thimble, we have to set the Z radius of the Thimble, the Z index instead, sorry, to let's say 2, and make the Z index of the ball 0. Okay, so now the ball should be behind the Thimble. So you have to give it height and width. Height, let's just go with 5 here. Since it's a circle, we can make the height and width the same. So 5 here. Okay. And I think that is that for now. So let's just add this to one of the okay, let's copy first. So copy, paste, and change it to 1 copy paste and change it to 2. So now let's just add this class to the Thimble ball class just for testing. We'll remove it soon. So now we can see where it is. Okay, so we are going to position this one here for the first one, that is 0. So we have to add left and top. So left top. Okay, so now we can position it. So the left is minus 15 EM, and the top, no, it's not centered. So let's see, minus 14, no, minus 15.5, 0.8, 0.9, minus 14.5, yes, minus 14.5. The top is 2 EM. Okay, so don't save the code yet. Minus 14.5 and 2 EM. This is for the first one. So now we are going to look at the second one. So don't save yet. So now the left goes all the way here, the top. Okay, so think the left is 1.2, 1.1, 1.09. Okay, 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, 0.6. Okay, so 0.6.5, 0.5, and the top is the top is 6. Okay, so 0.5. So left is 0 minus 0.5 EM, and the top is 6, I believe. Yes, 6 EM. Now don't save yet. So now we are going to check out the third one. So I'm going to go to the third one. Left would be 14.5, and the top would be 3 EM. So left 14.5 EM, and top, the top is 3 EM. Okay, so now we have the positions for the 3 balls. So now we know the position of the ball, which is 0. If we change this to 1 to come here, So now we know it's here. If we change it to 2 to move to the other side, the dev tool is amazing. Trust me, guys, it's very amazing. So now what is left is the button container. Okay, so we are going to start the button container. So the play button container, we set the display flex direction column, align items to center, justify content center. Okay, I think this is it for now, so let's check it out. So the container, this is it, very small. I think we have to let's go to the button. So we are going to style the button. So play button. Okay. Text decoration none. Okay. Position relative. All right. Font size, let's make it 10 em. Okay. Let's make the background white. Okay. And the color, let's make it black. Alright, so let's check it out. Oh god, this user thing again. So okay, I think it's working. So let's give it a height and a width. So let's see. Okay. I think it's too much. So the minimum width would be 2 em. Okay, so 2 em, and let's set the minimum height to, let's say, 1 em. Let's see. Okay, that's too much. So 0.2 em. That's too small, so 0.4. Okay, so now we can just we need a text in it, so just type in here play. Okay, so now we have play. the font size should be since the height and the width are using EM, the font size should be, let's say, 5 EM. Let's see. I think a little smaller would be nice. Okay, so this is perfect. So we have to add top to it so it comes down, right? So or should I give padding to the container? Hi. So let's just give it to the container. So let's say margin top 2 EM. Let's see. Okay, that's little. So 10 EM. See, okay. Okay. So let's add a little. So say 13 EM. A little more. Let's just do it here. So this is okay. So 19 EM. Alright, so 19 EM. I do not like the background, so I want us to make it a gradient. So linear gradients. Let's make it 90 degrees. Let's just choose white and we can edit it here now. Oh yes, so okay, and the second one is let's choose red and edit. Okay, so yellow. Let's see how it looks. This is nice, so let's leave it that way. So now it's looking nice now. So now we are going to hop on to the JavaScript now. So I would like us to type the process first and see how we are going to do it. So first of all, when you click on the play button, it is going to disable the play button, right? So I want us to experiment with pointer events. So let's just add pointer events to the play button. So pointer events, we make it all. So when we click on it, it will change this value all to none. So that means when you click on the button, it has no effect. So we disable the play button. Yes, and now it has to select one symbol at random and place the ball underneath that symbol, and then it will lift that symbol up. So pick symbol at random 3, place ball under this symbol. Okay, lift symbol and bring it back down. And now it is going to shuffle. So it will shuffle, which is it will pick two symbols at random and exchange their position. Okay, guys, this is why it is important to understand what you are doing before you get into it, because if you can't translate it into English, I kid you not, you get stuck somewhere. So after it picks and shuffles for some time, it will now, okay, so initially we have to disable these buttons, right? So disabled, okay, so we just disable all these, so you cannot click on them at the beginning. So now after it's done, we enable the symbol buttons, okay, and when we select, okay, so when user selects a symbol, disable symbols again, okay, so the person can choose another symbol whilst it is processing. It will cause a bug. So when the person chooses the symbol, after you've chosen the symbol, it will pick a position for the ball at random. Okay, yes, this is how the betting companies do it. So even if you track the symbol rightly, it's still based on luck, because the ball is placed after you've chosen your symbol. This is their trick. Yeah, how do I know? I try to this is a confession, but I try to inject some JavaScript into their code, and at least I'll get where the symbol will end up, and I'll just choose it and make money. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So after you pick a position for the ball, if the symbol chosen position is equal to the position of the ball, you've won, else you lose, and it restarts. So these are the basic steps we are going to use, right? So it's 10 steps, I believe. 10 steps. 10 steps doesn't sound like much, but it's a lot. It's a lot. So we are going to create a class to lift the symbol. So let's just name it symbol app. Right here. So now the symbol app, we want to we are going to in order for the symbol to go up, we have to subtract some the value of the top. So we are going to translate on the y-axis. So translate y, so maybe minus 2 em. So basically to just lift it up by minus 2 em. Yeah, so we have this here. So now let's see what else. Yeah, so now everything is going to be chosen at random. So we have to make a function for getting everything at random, since we'll be using it a lot. So function, this is how to create a function in JavaScript, by the way. The keyword first, the function keyword, and whatever name you want to give the function. So let's name it get random, and I would advise you use lowercase throughout your function name, since it is case sensitive and you might forget and maybe one letter is in caps and you struggle with bugs. So let's just keep it all lowercase. So now let's declare a variable. Let's random. Okay, since we are going to return that variable, so let's random. This is the formula for getting a random integer from, let's say, let me just explain whilst I type. So math.floor, basically this rounds it up to a whole number. So math.random here. Now times, if you wanted to pick a number from 0 to 99, it will be 100, right? So if you want it to pick from, let's say, 0 to 49, you type 50 here. But in this case, you want it to pick from 0 to 2, so it will be 3 here. So this is basically how we get a random number. So we are going to return random. Okay, so now we have the random here. So what is the first step? The first step is to disable the play button. Okay, but I do not want to make this one a function on its own because we will not use it a lot. So okay, so wow. Okay, so when we start, it will pick a symbol at random. So let's make a function pick symbol. Yes, pick symbol. So now let's random equal to get random. Okay, so now I want to assign a variable to the assign a variable to the Thimble pick that's random, right? So let's Thimble equal to get elements by ID. Why? Yeah, I forgot. Sorry. You have to place document here first. So document dot get element by ID. Then here's the tricky part. We have to get elements by ID basically selects an element here which has the ID we are going to specify. So now the ID, I want us to choose between Thimble 0, Thimble 1, and Thimble 2 randomly. So we are going to, the last integers are going to be placed through this variable, the random variable. When it gets the integer, it returns the integer and it is assigned to the random variable. So we have to concatenate the random variable with Thimble to get one of these ID. So how to concatenate a string with a variable in JavaScript is this way. So I don't know what this is called, but it's on your keyboard. It's above the tab key. Yeah. So let's say Thimble, the $, curly brackets, and now place random here. So now in case it gets 0 as the integer, it assigns 0 to this random. So now this will be Thimble 0. So that means it will select the first Thimble. Okay, so now we are done with this one. Now we want to place the ball under this Thimble. So let's assign a variable to the ball. So let's ball equal to document dot get element by ID. I hope yes, we assigned an ID to the ball. So let's clear this class. So Thimble ball. So Thimble ball. Alright. So now this div is assigned to ball. So now we want to add a class to the ball at random. So what we are going to do is ball, which is basically this whole statement, dot is it get attributes, set attributes, get attributes, set attributes. Let's see, get attributes. No, get attribute is set attributes. Sorry, set attributes so class, and the value, which is going to be, so now we are going to concatenate the random number with basically this parts of the class. So it's going to be thimble ball position, and it adds the random number to it. So let's say random, yes. So now basically it chooses a thimble at random, and the same number will be given to the position of the ball, so they will be at the same position. I hope it makes sense. Yes, so now we are done with the disable play button. Okay, so first of all, we are going to disable the play button. So document dot get element by ID. I think I set the ID as play button. Okay, so you can just copy it and paste it in here. So play button. So yeah, so play button, we want to change the style of play button. We want to change this style and assign the value none here. So style dot pointer event is equal to none. Okay, so we can just execute what we've done so far in the console and see how far we are. So just execute the function in the console. What is the function again? The function is pick thimble. So pick thimble, yes. You execute it. So far it will assign a class to the ball div, and it will change the style of the play button and set the value of pointer events to none. So we should look out for these two. So once you execute it, okay, so it has assigned a position to the ball, and yes, the pointer event is now none. Yes, so that means our code is working. 24/7. So now what we want to do is to lift up the thimble. So we are going to assign the thimble up to the selected class. In this case, so let's just do it. So thimble, which is the selected thimble, dot class list dot add. So we are adding a class to the thimble class list. So it will be thimble app. Okay, So let's execute this function and look out. Yes, let's just execute it. Pick Thimble. Okay. Okay, so it has lifted this at random. So now wait. So it has added Thimble up to the classes of this particular Thimble, but the transformation is too low. So I think 5 EM is high enough. So let's just change the translate to 5 EM. So now I think you guys are getting understanding now. So now we are at 5. Bring Thimble down. So how do we bring Thimble down? I want us to wait for a while, because if we bring Thimble down after we bring it up, it runs through the code at once, so it will never lift up, because before it will get a chance to lift up, it has already executed the bringing down, which means it will never happen. So I want us to time it. So we have is it called time events? I don't know the name, but we have set timeout and set interval in JavaScript. So basically, set timeout is, for instance, if I set timeout, let's say 2 seconds, that means I'll wait 2 seconds before I execute that function. And let's say you use set interval. Set interval simply means, let's say you assign 2 seconds to it. That means you are going to run that function after every 2 seconds. I hope you understand, but I believe strongly you get the understanding after we are done with this project. So now we want to, if we want to bring it down, basically we just have to remove the class Thimble up and it will come down. So let's set timeout. So the set timeout is tricky because it has to be a function and the duration. So let's say you enter a variable and the duration, it will not work. It has to be a function. So if you do not have a function, what you have to do is just create one inside the set timeout. So function, so this is it. So now we are going to enter what we wanted to do. So basically what we wanted to do is Thimble dot class list dot remove Thimble app. Okay, so now when it runs through the code, it will wait for 4 seconds before this is executed. So it will give time for this one to lift up. Wait a little bit before it comes down. So let's just execute this function and see where we are so far. So pick Thimble. Okay, so you see after 4 seconds it came down, right? Let me remove the time and make it 0 and let's see if it will lift up. So pick Thimble. Okay, so enter. You see, it never lifted up because it just ran through the code, and before it was able to lift up, it was removed, so it has to come down within a split second. So always remember to use the set timeouts in such situations. So I think we are at the shuffle part. So before we shuffle, if we do not remove the ball, the ball will just stay at one place and it will be shuffling, right? So what you want to do is, let's remove the ball. So how do you remove the ball? Basically, we just go through this. We just remove this from its class list, right? All right, so now you can see let's just remove it. So ball dot class lists dot remove and so basically we'll use this one, but if we do not time this one also, it is going to create a problem for us. So let's just copy this one and add 0.5 seconds to it, so that when this one comes down after 0.5 seconds, the ball will be gone. So let's just paste it here. So now let's see, but let me make it 3 seconds first so you see how it works. So let's just execute the function pick Thimble. Okay, so now you see it got lost before it came down because the timer was complete. So it's completed before the removal of the Thimble app was able to execute. So whenever you have functions you want to time, make sure the next function has a higher timer than the previous one, so it will go in sequence. So now let's execute it again. Okay, so now you can see it comes down before it is removed, right? Okay, so now I think we are at the shuffle part. Pick 2 Thimbles at random and exchange their positions. So how are we going to exchange their positions? This is very simple. So now all these classes have different positions, right? So all we have to do is exchange the classes. So how do we do that? We are going to create a function for that. So let's say create a function name is how do we name this one? shuffle Thimble. Okay, so now we are going to get two. Okay, so we have to get two random numbers. So let's create two variables. Sorry. So random one is equal to get random, and let's random 2 equal to get random. Okay, so now to assign two different, it might be the same because it's random, but to assign two different integers to these variables, so we do not want the integers to be the same. So if random 1 is not equal to random 2, then now it can execute all the functions we want it to execute. So let's symbol 1 equal to document dot get elements by id, and we want it to select the Thimble by this one. So we've done this already, you can see it here, so you can just copy this one and paste it here. But in this case it's going to be random 1, right? So Thimble 1 will get the integer of random 1, and Thimble 2 will get the integer of random 2. So for instance, let's say random 2, luckily enough, random 2 is assigned with 0, and random 1 is assigned with 0, and random 2 is assigned with, let's say, 1. Basically, it's going to interchange 1 and 0. So now their positions are going to interchange. So basically 1 and 0 change positions. All right, so we have to temporarily store the class of each with a variable. So let's create a variable temp class 1 is equal to symbol 1 dot get attributes, and it will store all the every value under the class of Thimble 1. So if for instance Thimble 1 is the third Thimble, to store all these ones in this variable, right? Okay, so now we are going to assign the Thimble 2 to another variable. So now we are going to interchange these ones. So we are going to set the class of this one as the class of Thimble2. We are going to set the class of Thimble2 as the class of Thimble1. So we are interchanging it. So now Thimble1 dot set attributes. So class, so temp class 2, right? Okay, and Thimble2 dot set attributes class temp class 1. Please be careful of the variables. They shouldn't be case sensitive. So now I think we can execute this function and see how far we are. So shuffle Thimble. Okay, you see it has interchanged 2 at random. So now you see now instead of the first one being Thimble, it has interchanged. Let's just execute again so you see it in real time interchanging. So shuffle Thimble. Wait, shuffle Thimble. I think it got the same integer, so it didn't work. Yes, you see it interchanged in real time. So now we do not, if it's not the same integer, it will execute this function, right? So what if it is not so? Then we execute the function again until we get different variables with different integers. So now okay, so it has to shuffle for a while. So I want to use if loop to shuffle it for a while. So let's just make a global variable which is counter. So let's counter equal to 0. So now so now we are going to make a if loop, right? But so counter is equal to counter plus, right? So whenever this is executed, it will add +1. So now it will add 1 to counter whenever this if statement is executed. So we will make another if statement which simply will stop the loop when it gets to where we set it. So let's set it to 14. So it will execute this 14 times. So if counter is greater than or equal to 14. Let's just leave it for now and make the else. So else you execute this function again. So shuffle symbol. So let's just read them. So let's execute this function again. Oh. So I think we have to set an interval, right? And that will execute the shuffle function within a time period. Make a function and name it shuffling. So function shuffling, and we need a global variable or else it won't work here. So let's name it shuffle. Okay, so now we are going to clear the interval here. So in order to stop an interval execution, you have to clear it. We want to clear it here. That's why we are declaring this global variable, so it will take effect here. So shuffle is equal to set interval. Okay, shuffle symbol every 1 second. So it can only execute that function every 1 second. So after the counter is equal to 14 or greater than 14, then it will clear interval shuffle. Okay, so it will stop this set interval. So that means this function won't be running anymore. So let's execute shuffling. So it will just execute shuffle symbol. Alright, so let's execute shuffling. Okay, something is wrong somewhere. Let me take a look at this code and see where I went wrong. And once it clears the interval, it should reset counter to 0, or else when the user clicks on play again, it will not shuffle since counter is already equal to 14. So to set counter to 0. Alright, let me execute shuffling again and see. Probably the counter was at 14 already. So let me execute shuffling again. Okay, Is that all? Oh, that shouldn't be all. Let's see. Okay. So let's just create a function that will trigger when you press play. When you click on play, it should trigger a function. So say on click start game. Okay, so let's make a function start game and execute shuffle Thimble and pick Thimble. So pick Thimble shuffle Thimble. So let's set timeout for please. Let's set timeout for shuffling. What is going on here? Oh, every, let's say 6 seconds. Okay, so basically to give chance for this and this to execute, so 6 seconds and it will execute this one. So let's press play and see. Oh, okay, I didn't save this, so now okay, we are making progress. Okay, why isn't the loop working? Why isn't the loop working? Why isn't the loop working? What is supposed to loop? Wow. Let's shuffle. Yeah, shuffle is for this counter. So if let's make it greater than this, and oh, no else for that one, no else for this if because there's no else. Once it is 14, it will execute this, else it will it will continue running. So
that one there. No, wait, I'm getting it wrong. Or yeah, so this is how it's supposed to be. So now I'm confused. Just a moment, let me read through this function and see if it is malfunctioning. Okay, so let me try this and see. Okay. Okay, so it worked, but the duration is very small. So let's make this every 5 seconds, so at least it will shuffle quite a bit and make the duration here 7 seconds. No, six seconds is okay. So now I think we are here still, so we have to sort it out before we enable the Thimble buttons. So let's try again. Okay. Wow. Okay, so let's see. If random, we cannot leave it blank. So if random 1 is not equal to random 2, it has to run the function again. So that is right. So this is a condition that will trigger when counter is over 14. So think this doesn't need an else. So basically only this if needs an else, and this if is in this if. So I think now the code will work. Adrenado. So okay, it's working now. Okay, yes, now we are done with enable, we are done with shuffle. Now we have to enable the Thimble buttons. So how do we enable it? So I think we'll just integrate it into this if after it's done shuffling, after it's done shuffling, it will enable the Thimbles. So let's create a function and make it enable Thimbles. Enable Thimbles. So what this function is going to do is simple. It will just remove the function, the class. No, it will remove the disable attributes from all the Thimbles. So let's remove equal to okay. So since these are multiple, I've faced this before, so I remember. It troubled me, so I remember. Since it's in a form of an array, so we will have to do a for loop, and you see it's an HTML collection, so you can see the length is 0. It has a length which is 0, right? Okay, so it's an array, so we have to do a for loop. So so for say I equal to 0, nice. And I is less than remove dot length I plus plus. So now it is basically going to assign it's basically going to assign it is going to remove the disabled attribute from all the Thimbles in an array form. So remove attributes disabled. Okay, so now so after it is done, it will remove by class name Thimbles. It's Thimble instead. That is why it gave us the length of 0, because I was thinking about it and it shouldn't be 0, so there's a typing error here, which is supposed to be Thimble. So now let's just copy to the console and see. Yes, it has 3, length of 3. Okay, so it will run this through all the 3 and remove disabled from them all. But once it is removed and the user plays again, that means the Thimbles will be available for clicking, and in case the user clicks, it will create a bug. So we have to create a function to disable the Thimbles again. So to disable the Thimbles, let's add equal to, let's copy this. Okay, so now in order to add, we have to use the same formula, that's the for loop. So for we'll just add attribute instead of remove. So it's set attribute, set attribute, yeah. So yeah, so now once it gets to 14, it will execute the enable Thimbles function. So now you can click on the Thimbles, right? So it enables the Thimble buttons. Now the user selects a Thimble, and after it selects the Thimble, it will disable the Thimbles again, which will call for this function, the disable Thimbles function. So now so we have to create an onClick attribute for the buttons, right? So onClick onClick is going to run the function of checking if you won or you lost. So let's just leave these out here and create our new function for selecting the right one. So function selected symbol. Okay, so now once you select the symbol, it should disable symbols, so you cannot click on another symbol and create a bug. So now let's random, because you are going to place the ball randomly, so let's random equal to get random. So let's winning symbol. Symbol equal to so now, in order for us to know the winner, the number here for the symbol, the number here and the number here should match. So we are going to use the same integer that is given to the random for the winning symbol and where the ball will be placed, right? So winning symbol equals to document dot get elements by ID and it will be wow, yes, it will select randomly. So symbol random. Let's copy this one. Let's just type it. So symbol random, and let's ball position equal to document dot get element by ID. And it's going to be what is the ID? Play button. No. Yeah, play button. It's Thimble ball, sorry. I got a little bit confused. So Thimble ball symbol ball. So now what we are going to do is we are going to add one of these classes to the ball. So it is going to be at the same place as the winning symbol. So it's going to be ball position dot set attributes class. We've done this before, so you should be familiar with this code. Class, and it will let's just copy this so we do not miss any letter. Random. Okay, so now once this is all done, now you can lift up the selected symbol. So I want how to create selected symbol. So let's selected symbol equal to. So in order for us to know which thimble is selected, let's just copy the function here and place it here. So I would like us to place the ID here, so our work will be easier. So we place the ID of each here, so it will pass as a string. So we make X here. Don't forget to put the X here. So now this X will represent this one throughout the function. So let's select a thimble equal to document and now since it will pass as a string, we do not have to concatenate anything. It will just come like this. So just place it here. So X. So that is all. So now we have our selected thimble, right? Okay. So now the selected thimble is going to rise up. So you add the thimble up class to it. So add thimble up. Okay. So now let's see where we are. We are now disables, picks a position for ball at random. So and this is it. If pick the position at random. Now if the thimble chosen's position is equal to the position of the ball, you win, else you lose. So once the thimble is up, you wait for some seconds and bring it back down. Because of time, we are not going to display the you win and you lose. So we are just going to use alert. So basically it will do the same job, but yeah, the beauty of it, but still. So let's set timeout. So set timeout, please stop. Set timeout, yeah. So function and I'll give it about let's say 3.5 seconds. Okay, so now we are going to write a lot here. So tell your neighbor, give me space. So now if the winning thimble and the selected thimble are equal, then that means you've won, right? So if winning thimble is equal to selected thimble, you set timeout. Yes, you set timeout. You wait for a while. And you wait for, let's say, 2 seconds. When you wait for 2 seconds, you bring the thimble down. So selected thimble dot class list dot remove, then basically remove the thimble up. That's it. So before it comes down, let's say you won. So alert, you won, right? Okay, so once it comes down, we want to enable the play button again. So how do we do that? We'll let me show you. So basically over here, we set the style of play button to none. So once it comes down, it has to show you which one would have won. So winning thimble, let's just send it outside this one. So set timeouts, function so the time will be, as I said previously, when the next function's time should be more than the previous one. So we are going to make this 2.5 seconds, and the function is winning thimble dot class list dot add symbol up. Yes. So should end here. me deal with this one. Now we want to make it work again, so just place it here. And this one will also be in a timer, and no, this is okay, no timer is needed, so yes. So now the else. So if winning Thimble and selected Thimble are not equal, then you remove the selected Thimble, and after you bring this Thimble up to show where you could have won, and then just alert. No, this alert should be you alert you lost. So try again. Try again. Okay, so now this error, from this error, okay. So now, hey God, I beg you, when I run this code, it should go well. Please, it should go well. So now, please let me go through this code and we continue. So when it is okay, it's once it's enabled, then you click, it runs this function. Okay, so okay, let's try it. Let's just try it. So okay, no error, please, I beg you. Okay. Where? Oh, it's supposed to be 0. Sorry, line 940. Line 40. Yes, I is supposed to be 0. 0, not O. So let's run it again. Now it's supposed to be 0. Oh, what is this one? Line 47 and line 87. Okay, line 47 is supposed to be 0 and 87. Yeah, okay. Let's start again. Okay, so now line 48. Oh yeah, I have to give it a value. Line 48. So just make it disabled. Disabled, yeah. So let's go. Okay. Line 95. Properties now. Wow. Properties now. Let's check. Line 95. Okay. Selected symbol. Document by ID. X. So okay, I think it should be, I should make it a string. So okay, so now we go again. Okay, no error please. Okay, I won. All right. So I have to reset everything. So we are going to create a function and name it reset. So create a function, name it reset. So now what does reset do? Reset basically sends all the Thimbles back to their default class. So document dot get elements by id Thimbles 0. Okay, set attributes. Class. Then we copy the default class, which is this. Right. Okay. So now let's just copy this, duplicate it twice, and change the zeros to ones and the zeros to twos. Okay, now it will reset the Thimbles back to where they belong. So where will I execute it? I'm glad you asked. So once counter is greater than 14, where is counter? Hey, where is counter? Okay, once counter is greater than 14, once counter is greater than 14, wait a minute. No. It shouldn't be here. It shouldn't be here at all. The winning Thimble has to come down. So you copy this, you paste it, and you do move, and you make it 3 seconds. Then you set timeout again, and you reset. Okay, you make this 4.5 seconds. So you copy these two and you paste it here. So now let's run our game and see. Okay. You won. Alright. Hey. I have to remove it from here, because once it's equal to selected Thimble, it will Thimble up automatically, so I don't have to repeat it here. So these two must go. These two must go. Yes. Now 2,500. So if I lost, yes, so if I lost, now once it removes it, it adds it to the winning, it comes down, then it resets. So let's try again. Okay, so I lost there. You won, saying. So let me make it. Let me interchange this. So copy this. So after all, you have to make the pointer all anyways. So now if it is not equal to selected symbol, okay, so now let's play. I hope you guys are following. Okay, so why is it all you want? Winning symbol. Okay, so it's from the winning symbol. do not have to add symbol again. Oh, wow. Try again. Oh. One oh five. No. Okay, so I think the winning symbol is selected different from the board. That's why I changed the variable name to see if that is the problem. So let's see. Okay, so still try again. Still try again for some reason. It's the same. Oh. Oh, okay. So apparently I have to I have to I have to reset the position before picking. So reset is needed. The reset shouldn't be here actually. Should be here instead. When counter is 14, yes, you reset. So this will be the last. This will be the last shuffle because it will reset the positions. So yeah. So no need for this one. Okay, so now I think our code is good now. So okay, so try again. All right. Okay, So now it's disabled. Okay. It is working perfectly now. So thank you guys for joining me to create this clone of the game of Thimbles. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.